Welcome to Finance Deep Dive. So, when you think of tech billionaires, right? Your mind probably jumps to names like Musk, Gates, maybe Zuckerberg. But today, we're talking about a different kind of titan. The guy who quietly built the invisible engine that runs our world and, oh yeah, just had one of the most profitable days in human history. $100 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. That's how much this man's personal fortune went up. Not in a year, not in a month, in a single day. That is, by far, the largest one-day wealth gain ever recorded, which, leads to a pretty big question.
How on earth does one person, a guy who dropped out of college not once but twice, build an empire so powerful, so essential, that it can generate that kind of wealth literally overnight? Well, we're going to answer that exact question in this video.
So, what in the world triggered this financial earthquake? It all came down to one thing: a jaw-dropping earnings report from his company, Oracle, and a massive all-in bet on the future of artificial intelligence.
The company basically announced that its cloud business, which is being supercharged by huge AI contracts, is on track to grow like crazy over the next few years. This wasn't just a good forecast, it was like planting a flag and declaring that Oracle is at the absolute center of the AI revolution.
But to really get how Oracle got here, you have to understand the man who built it, a guy sometimes called the samurai of Silicon Valley. And let me tell you, his story does not start in some clean corporate office.
Ellison's early life, honestly, it reads like a movie script. He found out he was adopted when he was 12, bounced out of college twice, and then, with this incredible flair for the dramatic, just drove this turquoise Thunderbird out to California, dead set on making a name for himself, completely on his own terms.
And this quote, it says it all, doesn't it? This gives you a window right into his soul. For Ellison, it was never just about business. It was about competition. It was a game he was absolutely determined to win, no matter what.
So you have this guy who's completely addicted to winning. How does that turn into a global tech empire? Well, for that, we've got to rewind the clock to the 1970s, where Ellison, this brilliant but kind of impatient programmer, took on a very interesting project. He ended up at a company working on this high-stakes project. Their client needed a way to store and search through just massive, unbelievable amounts of intelligence data, and they were getting desperate for a solution that actually worked. And that client was the CIA. Yep, and the project's code name, you guessed it, was Oracle. This was his moment. He saw this huge opportunity that even the giants, like IBM, were completely missing at the time.
He bet everything on this new tech called the relational database. Now that sounds super technical, but the concept is actually beautiful. Imagine a magical librarian in the world's most chaotic library. You ask for a book, and they not only find it instantly, but also tell you how it connects to every other book in the room. That's what a relational database does for data. And here's the crucial thing to understand. While you might not see the Oracle logo on your phone, its technology is the invisible plumbing of our modern world. Seriously. Pretty much every time you swipe a credit card, book a flight, or buy something online, you're interacting with an Oracle database somewhere.
And this little story tells you everything you need to know about Ellison's sales genius right from the start. He figured, hey, nobody wants to buy version 1 of anything, right? It's probably full of bugs. So they just skipped it and called their first product version 2. Brilliant. If you are liking the content, don't forget to subscribe. It motivates us to keep posting. Now that clever marketing stunt was just one piece of a much bigger philosophy that defined Oracle's rise to power, a hyper-aggressive, take-no-prisoners approach to business that, let's just say, often pushed the limits.
After a trip to Japan, Ellison came back with this warrior mentality. He didn't see business as some friendly game. To him, it was a war for survival. His competitors weren't just competitors. They were enemies trying to take food off his family's table.
And that aggression, it almost killed them. They spent years selling futures, basically promising software that wasn't even built yet. In 1990, the whole thing came crashing down. The stock was in free fall. But somehow, Ellison clawed his way back, fired almost everyone, and launched Oracle 7, a product so good it single-handedly saved the entire company.
Okay, so how does this wild, turbulent history connect to that $100 billion payday? Well, that near-death experience taught them some hard lessons. And their core business, managing mountains of data, positioned them perfectly for the next great technological gold rush, artificial intelligence.
Think about it like this. You've heard the saying, in a gold rush, the surest way to get rich isn't digging for gold, it's selling the shovels. AI models like ChatGPT need an insane amount of computing power. And Oracle, well, they provide the high-performance cloud infrastructure, the digital shovels, that every single AI company desperately needs. And who's buying these shovels? Oh, just all the biggest names in the game. OpenAI, Meta, Nvidia, even Elon Musk's new company, xAI. They all rely on Oracle's systems to train and run their world-changing AI models.
And this is why Wall Street went absolutely crazy. This chart shows their pipeline of future business. It's not just a little jump, it is an explosion, up over 350% from last year. Investors saw this and realized, okay, Oracle isn't just a player in the AI boom, they are a foundational pillar.
Which brings us right back to our original question. How did Larry Ellison personally make $100 billion in one day? The answer is almost shockingly simple. He just held on. Unlike so many founders, he never cashed out. He kept his shares for decades, a sign of his absolute belief in his own company. And that patience put him in the perfect position to ride this massive AI wave.
Ellison's story really proves that the greatest power in technology often lies in the places you can't see it. He built the backbone of the information age. So the question for us now is, as we step into the age of AI, who's building the invisible infrastructure that will define our world for the next generation? If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. It motivates us to keep posting.